as we ride one of America's most scenic trains, the Cass Scenic Railroad. We'll ride from the Cass Depot up to the summit of Bald Knob in peak West Virginia fall foliage with not one, but 2 Shay Steam Locomotives. Welcome to this week's video. Located approximately 4 to 5 hours from Washington, D.C., in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, you'll find the quaint town of Cass, West Virginia. Cass, which was created in 1901, was an old company town, mainly used for workers from the West Virginia Pulp and Paper Company, which used the nearby Cheat Mountain. The logs were cut on the mountain and then brought down to the town, where they were used for things such as paper. In the early 1960s, the mill closed. However, the state of West Virginia wasn't going to let go of one thing: the train. In the early 1960s, the state bought the railroad and created the Cass Scenic Railroad State Park.
Is the Lockwood or the Tiger?
The new Tiger, it's been sold out for the season.
And here comes the first of 2 steam locomotives powering our train today. Assisting us up the mountain will be number 2. And here comes our train, led by the main locomotive for today, number 11. As you can probably tell, this isn't any typical steam locomotive. Let me explain. These locomotives were developed in the 1860s by Ephraim Shay. The engine sits on trucks with the boiler on top and gears on the right-hand side of the engine that turn the pistons that make the engine move. Our leading engine today is number 11, built by the Lima Locomotive Works in July of 1923. Assisting us today is Shay number 2, built by the Lima Locomotive Works in 1928. Shay 2 will be taken off the train at Bald Knob. And with the strike at 12 o'clock, Shays 11 and 2 power up and we're on our way to Bald Knob. After departing Cass, we reached the first highlight of the railroad about 2 miles up, the switchback. A switchback is a way for a railroad to gain elevation faster without having to go directly up the mountain. We will go through 2 of these today.
It's probably a good idea for you to keep your head in under the roof of your own car to prevent cinders from coming back and getting in your eyes. However, if you do happen to get a cinder in your eye, whatever you do not rub your eyes. Don't scratch it. Just rinse it out with water and bleach. Or you can just have
And yes, what she's saying is 100% true. By the time I got back to the hotel, my hair and clothes were full of ash from the engines, which yes, may get into your eyes no matter where you sit. So just know that if you're going to take this train. As we reach the next switchback, you'll notice another train. That is the Whitaker Excursion heading back to Cass. The Whitaker Excursion is a brief 2-hour excursion that takes you to Whitaker, the halfway point on the line. The tracks off to our left take you to the logging town of Spruce. Spruce, which once used to be a bustling logging town, is empty and quiet today. We've reached the summit of Bald Knob, elevation 4,843 feet above sea level. You really can see for miles on clear days, and this is really a beautiful sight, especially in the fall. In the valley below, you can also see the Green Bank Observatory. This is the first radio astronomy observatory. Founded in 1957, this is one of the world's largest telescopes, and I highly recommend stopping by if you get a chance. Another thing to note with that, there will not be any cell phone service in this area, so if you're coming, make sure you plan for that. And just like that, it's time to hop aboard and head back down to Cass. Those views never really get old. Now, another thing I wanted to note was price for the excursion. It is $79 for off-peak excursions and $83 for fall excursions. Now note, this also does include a boxed lunch of turkey and ham sandwich, chips, a cookie, and a bottle of water. And here's another look at those switchbacks. The engineer will push our train all the way into the switchback before pushing us forward down to the next switchback, and then will pull us into the Cass Depot. Let's take a look at the video for next time we meet. Join us as we fly with Spirit Airlines. Again! We'll fly from Nashville back to Philadelphia on an October 2024 trip to see really what has changed since they announced their new bundles package. We'll see if the bundles are worth it, and we'll really see if Spirit Airlines has gotten any better or worse. To close, here's a look at the Whitaker train from the day prior. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.